I did a scene this morning with Piper where he's crabby. Sometimes he gets a bit crabby, and especially around women, I think that he gets a bit... He's not very used to the touch of a woman or to having to deal with women. You know, he's a soldier and a warrior, and you know that's what he's done all his life. And he doesn't really understand women, I don't think, terribly well. So you know, when he's given gyp by them, he doesn't take it terribly well. So he gets kind of irritated and a bit narked by her. You know, but that's because he's in love with her, obviously. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to be. I think one of the key things, one of the key themes in this film is about ignorance and about being ignorant of well, in this case, dragons, and what they mean and what they are. And George has an assumption right at the beginning of the film that dragons are bad, dragons are evil, and I don't think he really understands why. I think he's just been told that, and it's just been sort of given down to him over the years that that's where the dragons have got to go. And he's slowly but surely kind of, I think, sort of convinced otherwise by the princess. So, you know, it's a plea for tolerance, which is no bad thing in this day and age. Yeah, his best friend's a Muslim, although he doesn't take that as a big deal. I think everybody else takes that as a big deal. But that's, again, a great quality in him. He just doesn't see the problem. A man helped him, he helped a man. Full stop. I don't, well, yeah. Michael had to come through a wall at me. Michael can be very intimidating when he wants to be. Most of the time he's just a great big pussycat, but you know, you get him mad. That's when it gets exciting. Oh, dear God. My first impression... I mean, do I have to be nice? I just have to be nice, don't I?
You don't have to be nice, no. They won't use it if you're not, but...
Yeah, they could do with more poor people in Luxembourg. You know, because although it's a kind of utopia, Luxembourg, that's what it seems to me, because it seems to me that everybody seems to be doing all right. But that does create a certain amount of blandness. No, my first impressions of Luxembourg is a beautiful country. It's really lovely, incredibly pretty. The people are kind, and we felt very welcome here. Only that it was very small. It is very small, isn't it? You know, I guess it's the size of an English county. And, you know, England's only the size of a quarter of Texas, so, you know, it's tiny. What do I like? What do I like? Well, you see, the trouble is with us, with actors, when you arrive in a city, you know, what it comes down to is the hotels. You know, fortunately, we're in a fantastic hotel. The Albert Premier is the best hotel, one of the best hotels I've ever been in. And I think it's because they understand when people are staying there for a long period of time that you have to change the menu. Because that's the trouble with some of the big hotels in the city, is that they never do. And they're very good for people who are staying there for 3 or 4 days, but we're here for 3 months, you know. There's only so long you can do a coronation chicken for. Well, I can't see any disadvantages that Luxembourg has at all, you know. I think it's obviously a country that's very at ease with itself and very comfortable. You know, but perhaps, you know, I don't know, maybe they need to give some of their wealth away. No, the Luxembourgish food is wonderful. There's some amazing restaurants in Luxembourg, and you know, we've enjoyed those. And the clubs, the nightclubs, have been very good to us and have been very helpful in you know, keeping. You know, it's not a problem for me because I'm not famous, but keeping people away from Patrick and Michael has been tricky, I think. And the security people are some of the best I've ever come across. Well, again, we've been very fortunate here because all the locations we've had have been miles away from people, mainly. And, you know, that's the main problem you have when you're filming in a big city. That's when it becomes tricky. It's just crowd control and getting people, you know, it's tough. Sometimes being an actor is the easiest job in the world, to tell you the honest truth. But sometimes when you're just trying to do your job, which is just concentrating and keeping a scene simmering, and be nice to people who are coming up and asking for autographs, which is, you know, fine, obviously they can do that, but sometimes the patience, you just want to get on and do the job, and so that's a little bit of a conflict that you can have on a set when you're in a big city. So fortunately we haven't been filming in a big city, we've been filming out in locations like this or in the studio where you can just concentrate and do the work and get on with it and try and do as best job for the movie as you can. They're marvellous. They're just terrific, really committed, energetic, good crew and incredibly talented at what they do. And if they can keep training up people like that, they're going to have a heck of a film industry because we've got some of the best crew on this that I've ever worked with in my life.